Okay, so now we know how to create some extrudes. So let's learn how to write some words and make them into an extrude. So to delete something, some features, we'll click on it, we'll select it, you can right click and then say delete and say it'll make sure, say yes. Then you'll see their sketch is still here. You can right click on that and say delete. Okay, say yes. Now let's say we want to edit something. We want to make this into want to change some of the dimensions here, how big it is. So right click, we can say edit feature. So let's say I don't want to make this go out that way anymore. So I'm going to say okay that, get rid of that. Right. Another way I can change the dimensions, I can double click on it so you can see all the dimensions that are here. And let's say I don't want to make this 3 inches. I want to make this, let's call it half an inch. Okay, here. If we click this traffic light, it'll update it into the new dimension. Okay. Now I want to do it again. I want to change this dimension. I'll double click it. And let's say I want to make this, let's just call it 6 inches. And let's call this one 3 inches. And then I can click the traffic light again and it updates. Okay. So now we want to make some words. Let's click on this. Thank you. We're going to click on this and then we will say tools, sketch tools. We have to gain a sketch first. So let's say we want to click on this surface. We're going to go to sketch. If we click this button, it'll put us into sketch mode. And then we can say tools, sketch tools, and then, sketch entities. And then down here, it'll say text. Okay, so here we can, we'll have to select a curve or an edge to tell us where we want the text. And here we can start typing whatever we want to show. Okay, so if you zoom in, you can see where the letters are. But we want the letters to be on the part, not off the part. So you can change that by clicking these buttons. So this will say flip vertical. Okay. And if we want the words to go the other way, we can click this button to go the other way. And let's say we don't want it all the way over at the end. We click this button which says center align. We can align it in the center. But this is at the bottom. Let's say we want to make it somewhere in the middle. Okay, so if we get out of this sketch text, we'll use our line and let's pick center line. And we're going to draw a line all the way across from end to end. Okay. Double click to get rid of it. Let's tell it how far we want this line from the bottom. Say that's 1 inch. Now we can go back into the sketch entities and text. And we can select this line. And then this is where we want to have those words. And now we can put it right in the middle. If we want to change the size, we unselect document font. Click on this font button. And we can change the size by coming through here. And we can make the words bigger. And we can spread it out and make the space in between the letters larger. I think we should maybe go a little bit bigger. Oh, that's too big. Well, let's squeeze them back in. A little bit smaller. That looks good to me. If we say OK, we say OK here. And then we can go back to the features, click on the extrude. And now we can say how far we want to extrude that feature. We can drag on this arrow, or we can come here and tell it a number. Let's call it half an inch. I think that looks good. We say OK, and then we've created words. Okay, so why don't you practice that on your own.